Here is a riddle for you. I just bought this sweater, and because I bought this sweater, 10 trees are going to be planted somewhere around the world. Is it a joke? Is it too good to be true? Let's find out. Hey team, welcome back to another Levi Save the World Hildebrand episode, the channel where we prove that you don't need to be a hero to save the planet. Today, we are talking about Tentree, because recently, my friend Zach gave me a call, and he said,
okay, so I have been buying Tentree stuff for a while without doing an inordinate amount of research into it myself because I was super scared that it was too good to be true. And what I want you to do is not break my heart and find out the answer for me, because I'm scared, man. I'm scared and I need you.
Okay. I'll see what I can do here. Now I'm going to be honest, when I started researching for this video, I was a little skeptical at how green Tentree would actually be. The idea of Tentree is simple. You buy a product and they plant 10 trees. But this is not a unique, mind-boggling new idea. Lots of companies have done this, from shoes to watches to bottles of wine. But probably the most famous example is Tom's Shoes, that promises to donate a pair of shoes to someone in need if you buy a pair yourself. But today we're talking about trees, and more specifically how Tentree backs up its 10 trees planted per purchase promise. Alliteration definitely intended. And what I'm going to talk about first is their branding. This company is extremely well marketed, and it starts on their Instagram. Their entire feed is just shots of beautiful people wearing their clothes out in majestic natural locations. And they take this smooth, polished look into their website and marketing materials, where it's not hard for you to see what you wanted to know. They make bold, headline-worthy statements like, "Our goal is to become the most environmentally progressive company on the planet," or "Our goal is to plant 1 billion trees by 2030. And I have to admit that, in some ways, I was impressed. They use alternative materials like hemp, recycled polyester, and organic cotton. They outline their 4 pillars of their impact strategy that might as well have come right out of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And they're a B certified corporation with a score of 124. And I haven't even gotten to the part where they plant the trees. Tentree plants trees in places all over the world. Each of these sites plants tree varieties that are native to the local ecosystem. And all of these locations are showcased with smiling locals and saplings cute enough to make you buy anything. But see, Tentree doesn't actually plant the trees themselves. They give the dollar equivalent of 10 trees to organizations like Eden Reforestation, and they plant the trees for them. And see, this is where it gets complicated, because reforestation is good, but the dependency that it creates is not. See, Eden Reforestation takes money from donors like Tentree, and it uses it to hire local people in places like Madagascar to manage and operate these tree plantations. And this system works relatively well, until it doesn't. Eden Reforestation actually had to shut down one of its largest operations in Ethiopia because of fraudulent behavior that was occurring at a local level. And so suddenly, an entire industry and all these jobs and all these livelihoods for all these people was suddenly gone. And with it, the survival of all of these trees that had been planted. But Tentree is not the only company that works with Eden Reforestation. The search engine Ecosia, Woodchuck Accessories, and something called Trump Forest are also massive contributors. Trump Forest, for anyone who's asking, is a nonprofit society dedicated to, quote, planting a forest to offset Donald Trump's monumental stupidity. Speaking of people who appeared on daytime television, so did the founders of Tentree. On an early edition of The Dragon's Den, the Tentree brand got its first real exposure. Part of the reason why Tentree's enjoyed all the success they had over the years was hinted at in this clip.
So in the future, the consumer can register their product online and plant which country they want their trees to be planted in. Yeah.
Today we see the manifestation of that idea, as Tentree has somehow managed to connect consumers with the cause without them getting their hands dirty. And they've done that through something called a tree code. This is the code that my friend Zach got with his sweater. And the numbers that are found on the tag correlate to an impact that his dollars have helped achieve. All you have to do is go online and sign up. Once you've created and signed into your Tentree account, you can see a variety of information, like the number of trees that you've planted, your seed balance, and a reward credit, which is some sort of rewards program probably based on the number of things that you buy. Below it is an area where you can enter your code. You are then given a prompt that shows you where your trees have been planted. It gives you a variety of information based on what those dollars have done. You also gain information about who your dollars has gone to support, in this case, Eden Reforestation. This whole experience is done just to involve the consumer in the super simple, super tangible process of planting trees to save the environment. I'm gonna be honest, when I started making this video, I did not want to like Tentree. When companies are so overt and over the head with their green marketing, I tend to feel like something's getting the better of me. But what Tentree has done is they've popularized the environmentalist movement with clever marketing, appealing imagery, and a super engaging way for people to feel like they are making a difference. And yes, they are still a massive company that is using this green marketing technique to sell more and more shirts, which is inherently unsustainable. Are their methods perfect? Do they have it all figured out? No, but they have backed up so many of those claims with real, tangible, effective methods of reducing their environmental impact, and their marketing in general should encourage consumers to be more thoughtful about how they consume as well. Plus, on top of that, they've planted over 25 million trees, and that's pretty impressive. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you've made it this far, I encourage you to snoop around my channel and check out my other videos about brands and companies that are making a difference in the world. And for all of my folks and members of the team, thank you once again for coming back for another video, and we will see you in the next one.